Hey everybody, it's Allie Edwards, and I am back today with week 50 in my Project Life album for 2024. For this one, this is another one where I had all my photos already printed and in the pockets, and what I needed to do here was embellish and add my story. As I started going through my stash of stuff, one of the things that I encountered when I was looking in my little box of tags is some of these little 2x2 tags that were left over from a plastic pack a few years ago. They're so cute with the little star in the place where the hole would be normally. And my initial vision for what I was doing here is that I was going to add a tag onto each of my 4x6 photos and then add some word phrase stickers on top. That's kind of what I was thinking. You could also you could handwrite on these. You could add journaling that was on sticker paper on top. That would be another way to approach that. I think in my actual album, which I think this was last year. I think this was last year. So I don't remember. There's too many releases for too many years. Most of the time with those little plastic tags or the plastic pieces, I'm using them inside of a 2x2 page protector, and I'm pretty sure that's what I did in December Daily, but it was fun to bring them out and use them in a different way. I used a vellum card from the Stories by the Month kit in December 2024, and then I'm adding the date of this spread, which again, this is week 50, so it's mid-December. I'm going to staple that on there, and that'll get added right back into that pocket. One thing that I was curious about and that I'm super glad that I ended up doing was one of the boxes in my December Daily stash has large titles in it. So we've done large titles in a few different ways over the years, whether they were die cuts or plastic. This one says Jingle All the Way. And I decided to cut it so that it could fit inside of the 3x4 pocket. And I think that turned out really cute and really fun. So with my word phrase stickers, these are also from my stash of stuff. We offer word phrase stickers for December Daily pretty much every year. And so these are some of the ones that I've had from previous years. And what I decided to do on top of the plastic tags was to add a white word phrase sticker, a green word phrase sticker, and then a red word phrase sticker onto each of those plastic tags that I had already stapled onto my 4x6 photos. I'm also going to add just a little bit of handwriting on a few of these pictures using a permanent pen, mainly because I knew that I wasn't going to do additional journaling on this one. So adding like Anna's painting, because I didn't want to forget that that's what that one was. She took a photograph and turned it into a painting, and it looked so good. I loved it. And then I'm going and following through on the rest of the things which I said I was going to do, which is adding those word phrase stickers directly onto the tags that I had stapled onto the photos. It's fun to look back and see kind of, a few different things that I had in December, like the last of our, some of the flowers blooming. This was a week that I finished up all of my content for the last story kit that I'd been doing for a number of years. So I've got a couple references to that in the 3x4 cards or 3x4 that I added in. So a couple screenshots getting added in to this one, which took the place of, maybe a spot where I would have had more journal cards. So this one's really just kind of letting the photos tell the story. And then I am adding a little bit of additional context directly onto my photos with a permanent pen. That's a Staedtler Lumo color pen. And you can see where I'm adding that on to a few different places. I think that I go back in on this one and I add little chipboard stars that are from my stash too. I can't remember if I show that on the video or if I add that in at the end. It was fun though to create little stories from the word phrase stickers. Like when I'm looking at the word phrase stickers, I'm looking for the opportunity to tell a little story, right? What are 3 different phrases that I can pick from here that relate to how I feel about the photo or something, literal in the photo? It could be that too. This one is I'm adding on to a photo of Audrey. Audrey and Elliot both have birthdays in December. So this was her birthday party there. So adding a little bit on to that. And then I told a longer story about her birthday, I believe, in my December Daily album last year too. This is a photo of Anna watching college volleyball. So adding, again, just a little bit of context so I know just what that is. I always like the little bit of handwriting on there. All right, guys, we'll be back tomorrow with another Project Life spread.